I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
You're about to witness something that seriously felt like it never should have aired on television.
This is great for, what would you rather be canceled for? Sucking at your job, or the mean president took your job away? So for them, he's getting to come back. So you got to take the president out of it now, because now he's back.
We're about to see something that honestly felt like it should never have made it onto live TV. Tyrus didn't just joke about Jimmy Kimmel. He completely turned the whole moment upside down. 1 minute, Jimmy was throwing out jokes like usual, acting super confident. The next minute, he looked frozen under the bright studio lights, while everything around him suddenly felt different. The mood changed so fast it shocked everybody. Some people wondered if Tyrus pushed things too far, while others thought Jimmy walked right into the trap himself. And when the audience exploded with reactions, it stopped feeling like normal comedy and started feeling like something way bigger.
They all get together, they compare notes, and they tell each other, yeah, you should never mention his name again. You should never mention his name again. You should never. Does he call you? Doesn't call me? He texted me last week. Oh, so I'm still in the game. That's all this was. And that's why nobody cared. Nobody cares about the ex-wife's club.
Have you ever seen people standing around trying too hard to sound funny? Almost like they were warming up for a canceled comedy tour? That kind of energy disappeared the second Tyrus entered the scene like a wrecking ball with no brakes. He jumped straight into total chaos without even slowing down first. In only a few seconds, the easy late-night vibe completely changed into full television turbulence. The audience didn't even know whether they should laugh loudly, gasp in shock, or prepare for things to get even crazier. Nobody's career actually got destroyed, but a few egos definitely ran for cover after what happened there.
If there ever was one. But it's not about me right now. But
Right.
The point is, like, of course he's not going to change because he didn't have a reason to change. His whole thing was the best thing for him was to stay gone, because he would have been able to say for the rest of his days that the evil Trump MAGA got me. And then all his pundits would come out and say, free speech is being taken away. And now, like, nope, here's your ball back. You got a slap on the wrist. Act.
Before we keep going, hit that like button and subscribe, because missing this moment would feel like skipping the biggest twist everybody keeps talking about online right now. Jimmy Kimmel walked onto the set carrying his normal confidence, not realizing a comedy storm was already racing straight toward him. He barely had enough time to sit down before the jokes started flying across the stage like rapid-fire shots during a huge showdown. Nobody got physically hurt, of course, but the verbal hit landed so hard it almost looked like the cameras themselves leaned backward, trying to avoid the impact.
They're a three-man show.
Yes.
Come watch us say how much we hate the president.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to talk about. Kimmel was given each one of them was given a reset except for Seth. I didn't even know he was still on the air.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody did. Everyone's watching Forensic Files.
People watching at home stared at the screen with the same nervous feeling you get when someone drops their phone face first onto concrete. You don't want to look, but you also can't turn away. Nobody even wanted to blink, because blinking meant missing the next wave of comedy chaos. Tyrus stayed completely locked in the entire time. Every joke landed perfectly, almost like he had practiced every line for months. Meanwhile, Jimmy stood there exposed and caught off guard, looking completely unprepared for that level of pressure on live television.
What about you, Tyrus? Where do you land on this thorny issue?
Like most times I land on thorns, they get smashed. And I don't care, because I don't think it has anything to do with free speech. You have a job, just like I have a job. And if I go too far at work, I get fired. And it doesn't have to necessarily be on TV.
Yeah.
I'm stacking cans at Walmart and I decide that I want to tell everyone who comes down they need to be conservative or they can't have one of my cans.
What happened on that stage felt less like random comedy and more like a perfectly planned roasting masterclass. Every single joke landed cleanly, almost like it had GPS tracking attached to it. The audience watched the whole thing unfold right in front of them, while non-stop laughter filled the room. After the very first wave of jokes hit, everyone realized this wasn't accidental at all. It felt organized, sharp, and carefully controlled. each time Jimmy tried to recover and get comfortable again, another sarcastic punchline was already waiting around the corner. The crowd slowly turned into one official referees, unsure if they should clap, laugh harder, or simply survive the emotional wreckage flying around the studio. Jimmy even changed the way he stood, looking like someone who suddenly understood he had stepped into a battle he wasn't ready for. Nobody touched him physically, but mentally he looked completely exhausted, like his brain wanted a full restart.
And now makes you look back at everything. And I think what we keep using the word hoax.
Yeah.
Because we have this real problem with being polite. We try not to say things that we can't back up. But this was an attempt at a civil war to take this country. Period. That's what it was.
The camera moved across the crowd, catching faces filled with secondhand embarrassment, so strong it almost looked painful. Every reaction made the situation feel even crazier. Tyrus kept pushing the jokes higher and higher, like a video game player unlocking secret powers nobody expected. What began as normal late-night teasing quickly transformed into something that felt legendary. Jimmy's attempts to fight back didn't really feel like comedy anymore. It looked more like someone trying to survive under massive pressure while millions watched. The mood shifted from playful fun into something people instantly knew would be remembered for years. The studio lights stayed bright, but Jimmy's momentum completely faded. Tyrus refused to slow down, and because he never showed mercy, the jokes about Jimmy's habits, reputation, TV personality, and public image kept stacking higher and higher until it felt unstoppable.
What are they going to do when he's gone?
Yeah.
They won't still be on TV, but are they still going to be doing, are they going to be with Rosie O'Donnell in a 4-way Zoom podcast about Trump ruining their lives still?
I'm glad you didn't stop at 4-way. Although in my head I can see
Oh,
it.
come on, man. My mouth was open. Oh.
The audience wasn't just cheering anymore. They looked like people witnessing history with huge eyes, the same way kids stare at fireworks exploding overhead. Jimmy tried his best to save whatever confidence he still had left, reaching for charm while his calm attitude slowly slipped away. At home, viewers were probably gripping their TV remotes tightly while watching the whole disaster unfold. Social media exploded instantly. Chat rooms, comment sections, and trending pages filled up with shocked reactions from people who couldn't believe what they had just seen. Some viewers celebrated the chaos, while others sat there speechless. But everybody kept replaying the moment, because every comeback Jimmy attempted only made the roast hit harder. Tyrus gained more momentum with every second. The comedy became a non-stop cycle feeding itself until the entire studio buzzed with unforgettable energy. Lots of people chase viral moments online, but very few expect it to happen this dramatically. Late-night television normally runs on friendly jokes, but this felt more like a giant theatrical showdown powered by non-stop sarcasm and fearless confidence.
So this has nothing to do with free speech. You have a job. It's happened here. A stand-up comedian does a joke that's too raunchy, and they're like, whoa, you're done. Or goes too far on a TV. He went too far, and it's not like they haven't been giving them hints. They told The View, hey, maybe chill out. They told all these networks, hey, enough, maybe chill out. And they have had their way, and they had the government and the mainstream media backing them. Every time they said something, they were a martyr.
Almost immediately, replay clips became must-watch videos because nobody even cared about the original interview topic anymore. People only wanted to relive the shocking roast again and again. Memes spread everywhere, GIFs multiplied non-stop, and the internet became obsessed with the whole situation. Tyrus's delivery style became entertainment all by itself, while Jimmy's facial expressions quickly turned into meme templates designed to survive online forever. Critics rushed in quickly, breaking down every second like they were studying an important historical event. Some people called it carefully planned television, while others said it was wild, creative chaos. But everyone agreed on one thing: nobody would forget it anytime soon. Tyrus walked away from the set looking calm and relaxed, almost like somebody casually leaving after finishing errands. Jimmy stayed professional and kept smiling, but he also looked like he needed a complete mental reset after surviving that storm of jokes.
But one clown went all in on ignoring reality and blames MAGA.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
So MAGA is desperately trying to portray Kirk's killer as not one of them. If that man was any more full of shit, he'd be a colostomy bag.
Even people who had never watched the show before suddenly searched for replay clips because nobody wanted to miss what felt like a giant pop culture earthquake. Strangers explained the moment to other strangers using dramatic hand movements and exaggerated storytelling like they were acting out scenes from a movie. Nobody talked about it calmly. Everyone described it like two giant forces crashing together in the wild. The moment grew way beyond television and turned into social media currency. Within hours, unofficial merchandise and joke posts started appearing online. The internet treated the roast like breaking news. After everything settled down, both men returned to their normal careers. But the memory no longer belonged to them alone. The public had claimed it forever. Fans of fearless comedy treated Tyrus almost like a legend afterward, while Jimmy slowly rebuilt himself with the toughness that comes from surviving a surprise attack on live television.
Now we're seeing the adults back in the room at network television and everything else, just like, again, Washington Post firing an angry black woman talking about white people. Never would have happened. They wouldn't even dared it. And they were like, nope, you're out, because we're getting back to a mutual respect. Being on TV is a gift. This isn't a job you have to have. This is a job you get to have. And if you are not in line with the people who make the decisions, ABC probably is about to lose, what, $6 million in a week over advertising and everything else. They made a choice going this.
The roast became iconic not because it crossed some dangerous line, but because it mixed sharp humor with over-the-top performance in a way people couldn't stop watching. Jimmy wasn't injured or destroyed. He simply became the punchline during a moment that entered entertainment history. And honestly, becoming the punchline is never easy. Viewers still replay the footage today, not out of hate, but because live television can become wildly unpredictable in seconds. Momentum changes fast when somebody controls humor that precisely. Even people in the entertainment industry quietly understood how important the moment became. Nobody knows whether there will ever be a rematch, but if one happens, audiences would probably treat it like a giant event. That night became the moment many people believe late-night television changed forever.
That was 2 days ago, so Kimmel had the chance to walk it back, but he can't. Why is that? Because to admit he was wrong on this calls into question his entire filter for interpreting reality. So it's better to live in denial, knowing the like-minded media won't press you on it. But we will. Hey, Disney shareholders, it may be time to thaw out Walt to put things right. No wonder your 5-year stock price looks like this.
Time never erased the memory of that night. If anything, the story became even bigger as new viewers discovered the clips and reacted like the roast had happened yesterday. Comment sections continued recycling the excitement over and over, proving that powerful comedy never really disappears when the delivery feels timeless. Every generation revisits legendary entertainment moments, and thanks to endless internet archives, this roast secured its place among the most replayed moments of television chaos. Somewhere inside late-night history, that moment now sits like a glowing trophy mounted permanently on the wall. Comedy will continue changing. Hosts will keep chasing attention, and audiences will always search for surprise moments. But every once in a while, someone still mentions that famous roast, the one that shattered the normal rules and became almost mythical online. And whenever people bring it up, the room usually pauses for a second because everybody knows exactly which night they mean. The night Tyrus transformed a regular TV segment into unforgettable entertainment history. And with that, today's story comes to an end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.